94.3 WYBC, the rhythm of the city and home of the Juan Castillo Morning Show. Good morning, New Haven. This is Moving Target, and I am your host, Jay Kemp. We do not have everybody in the building today. A couple people going to be out, but you know what? We still got young Justin in the back who's going to be helping me out on some articles and facts that we want to check, right? And then we also have back with us Brother Lamont Moy. You were with us. Let's get you right on the mic over there. All right, speak in the mic real quick. Sir. Okay, so we basically got to get you right. Okay, this should be good. Yeah. So we have you back because we're going to be talking about. We're not going to go over the child support again, but we do want to talk about what you're going to be doing for the seminar and stuff like that. So we want to go over that. All right. And yeah, we got a good show. We were going to have Brother Bourne on. Brother Bourne, where you at? See, this is what I'm talking about, man. You invite people.
Right.
I'll be there. I'm putting them out there right now. But yeah, there's a few things we have going on today as far as what we're going to talk about. Actress Felicity Huffman, the new face of white privilege, New Haven's potential new mayor. Right? What do we expect from this new mayor? Who's going to beat Donald Trump? We're going to go over all that. And we're going to put the phone lines open so everybody who wants to can call in. I'm going to be putting some questions out there, and I definitely am hoping that people just call in so we can really talk about some of these topics. But before we even get into that, I also want to remind everybody, listen, if you enjoy this content, if you're listening while you're driving, if you're listening while you're working, please go to our YouTube page, Moving Target Media, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and follow us. We're going to be doing some more content, not just what we do on Saturdays, but we want to be able to go into the community, speak with the people, and put out some more content to make our platform. Every subscriber that we get is making our platform bigger for community partners, people that we speak with. We want to have a platform that's big enough for those voices to be heard and for us to put the information out that needs to go out there to enlighten the people, inform the people. So go to YouTube, hit the like button. All right. And yeah, it's gonna be good. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's a little crowd audience. I didn't expect them. But yeah, so hit that like button on YouTube, Moving Target Media. Also, remember, Moving Target will be hosting the Peace Rally. That will be on September 28th. All right, September 28th, Gulf Street Park. Let's just put in where it's September 28th, Gulf Street Park. If there's a rain date, it'll be October 5th. It's a peace march and rally brought to you by Bereavement Care. All right, this is the 7th year. It's going to be, the march begins at 11 a.m. behind the Charles Street substation, and the rally begins at 1 p.m. at Gulf Street Park. Moving Target will be there. I'll be hosting. There's going to be some special presentations, a guest speaker that you do not want to miss. I believe it's going to be Sun Queen. Salute to Sun Queen for her book and everything that she's doing. You don't want to miss that. That's going to be September 28th. All right. And then also, just want to remind everybody. So last week we talked about child support fraud. Got mad brothers hitting me up. Yo, man, I didn't even know nothing about that. Right. So everybody wanted to know more. We didn't have enough time. I wanted to talk about next steps and things that we need to really do to address that. So let's go into what the event is, your seminar, and how people can contact you.
Yeah, so every year we host free seminars, expunging your criminal record. We recently found out that child support was fraud. So we will be having our first free seminar November 5th, and it will be at the Wilson Branch Public Library, 303 Washington Avenue in New Haven.
All right. And what will they get there? Will they get like all the...
Everything. Excuse me. Everything. We're going to talk about how child support is fraud, why it's fraud. It's fraud on about 5 different levels. We're going to talk about all those levels, how to dispute it, how to stop it, and basically how to address yourself when you go to court.
And the next steps.
Yes. I'm sorry?
Like the next steps, the things that we have to do, the action that we have to take as well, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Once they come to the seminar, after the seminar, then 2 weeks after that is the workshop.
Okay.
They'll come to the workshop. That's when we give them the documents, and we sit down and we get in it.
All right, all right, all right. Sounds good, man.
Yep.
Sounds good. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
So make sure y'all and we're gonna actually be posting this on the Facebook page. So any questions, if you want to go back, go to our Facebook page, Moving Target Podcast, not Moving Target Media, Moving Target Podcast, and you can check all that information out. So we can really see about this child support fraud. Yeah, so we're gonna get into the show. Are you gonna stick around, Lamont?
Yes, sir.
Have a
I'm here.
conversation a little bit. We're gonna talk
Sir.
about a few things. Do you watch Snowfall?
No.
You know, all right, all right, all right. It's probably this is. I mean, I gotta mention it just because I think it's the last drug story show / movie that I'm ever gonna watch.
Oh, okay.
I feel like once you once you've seen them once you've seen them all.
Right.
You can't redo the drug story no more. We
right.
know what's gonna happen,
Right.
right? But Snowfall is the story of crack cocaine and how CIA Contra brought drugs into our community.
Right, right.
A lot of people aren't aware of that history.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah.
COINTELPRO and
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is pretty much that story.
Okay.
And
okay.
so it's not just the how a black man ended up coming up in the drug game,
Right.
but it's more how did the CIA fund the drug war
Okay, gotcha.
and bring it here to our community.
Brought the drugs in.
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
like they bring the guns in.
Yeah, yeah. And what's crazy about Snowfall is it shows you what it looks like when we didn't know what a crackhead was.
Right, right.
So we didn't know what the effects were of this drug. We didn't even know exactly what crack was.
Right.
Then all of a sudden we start seeing these people around.
Right.
Like, yo, what's wrong with them? Like, oh, they on that crack. Like, oh, that's what crack does. And that's pretty much what they show in this series, man.
Wow.
It's powerful. It's probably the last one I'm gonna watch.
And what town is it set up in?
L.A.
L.A. Okay.
The actors are amazing. You know, the final wasn't bad. I felt like the last season's final was better, but yeah, I'm excited about Snowfall, man.
Oh, so it's a series.
It's a series. It makes Power look like a soap opera to me.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I know there's so many people mad right now. What?
Power. I'm talking about big power, bro.
Yeah, Power's a soap opera to me, man.
Wow.
That's like a reality show with a script,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, man. So I had to make that mention. I actually put that in my notes.
Right,
Mention
right.
Snowfall. All right. But yeah, I want to go on to, and this is where I'm going to open up the phone lines. I want to first start with the actress Felicity Huffman, and I said she's the new poster child for white privilege. So, are you aware? Are you familiar with what's going on with her?
I am. Yeah.
You are?
About with the scandal with the changing of the
With the admissions.
Oh, right.
So I just want to like bring people up to speed. So Felicity Huffman was part of this scandal, the scam of boosting SAT scores, right, for her children, and she got 14 days, 14 days, versus 5 years. And I say versus 5 years because there was another woman, Tanya McDowell, who was sentenced to 5 years.
black woman.
For quote unquote stealing a free education, and she used a babysitter's address to enroll her son in kindergarten, and she got 5 years. Felicity Huffman boosted test scores for SATs, and she got 14 days in prison, received a $30,000 fine, 250 hours of community service, and 1 year of probation for paying $15,000 to boost
Wow.
her daughter's SAT scores. Come on, man. If anybody wanted to ask or wanted to even question if white privilege exists, if that's a thing, there you go.
That's what you call white privilege, bro.
And they throw it in our face. They throw it in our face with no remorse. We're probably not going to talk about it as much. We'll probably be talking more about other things going on in society, but this right here is a travesty.
Yeah. And it'll go away.
It'll quickly go away. We're not even going to think about it. And her daughter's going to be okay.
Fine.
Her daughter's going to be okay. She going to be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Still with good SAT scores.
Absolutely, man. It's absurd. It's absurd. 14 days. You got 2 weeks, and you know her time in prison is going to be like, at a hotel room.
Vacation.
That's all it's going to be.
PC.
That's all it's going to be. We need to really push our children into ownership. I
Yes.
really don't agree with trying so hard to be part of these establishments. You know what I'm saying? We're in a time now where education should just be something that is, it could be informal education and formal education.
Yes.
You know, so the way my daughter or the way our kids choose where they go to school should be strategic.
Yes.
It should be because I want to own this and I want to be head of this, so I need to
Indeed.
go to school for this. But your path might not require school.
True. True.
It might not require to be part of that Ivy League school.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, going to the Ivy League school doesn't necessarily determine your success anymore.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, you still have to know people. I mean, it's a good look.
It's a good look.
You know what I mean? But you still have to know people.
You got to
know,
connect.
I went to Yale. Okay, I graduated from Yale. So what that mean?
Who do you
I don't
know?
I don't know nobody.
Yeah. Your network is your net worth.
Yes. Yes.
So regardless of what Ivy League school you go to, you're still going to have to, that's really where the education comes in at.
Yes.
Is to be able to network. And you don't necessarily need to be part of the establishment to do
Right.
that.
Right.
You know, and now you got this woman willing. Would you do that? Would you do that for your kids? Would you go that far to
lie about the SAT scores?
Yeah.
I don't think I would. I think I would. I don't know. We might have to take a L. You know, we just got to work harder. I don't think I wouldn't lie about the SAT. I wouldn't take a chance. I get my daughter kicked out of school, or you know what I mean.
Well, I want to hear from the people. Call us up 203-562-9430. What would you do? What do you think about this whole scandal with Felicity Huffman? What do you think about really pushing our kids into getting into these Ivy League schools? Is it that important? Should we be doing it that much? You know, should we be focused so much on making sure they're part of the top school, or focus more on what is your skill? What is your service? What are you going to provide? Let's go to the phone line. 94.3.
Hi, this is Randy. How are you?
Hi, Randy. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good. Thank you for calling. So what do you think about Felicity Huffman scandal?
I think she's wrong. I think she should have got more time. I think that a black woman putting her child, giving someone's address to get access to a better free education is not the same thing, and that this is about maintaining white privilege and not. She knew her daughter wasn't doing well, and instead of using other resources to get her to do well, she chose to lie and cheat. And I think that's not the way we want to teach our children. So, you know, I don't agree with it, and I think she should serve more time and should have to pay more money back to something.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a slap in the face to give 14 days.
It is. It absolutely is, because you think about the equivalent of what she stole in some states, what category of larceny that would fall in. I think you would get more than 14 days.
Oh,
So, and then you haven't even accumulated all of the stuff that's earned as a result of the choice she made. So literally, she sustained white privilege by lying and cheating, and then her daughter got to get a whole bunch of unearned privileges that she actually did not earn because she was not able to pass the SAT.
Yeah, and I see that there's like a lot of celebrities that are trying to come in defense for her, and I'm like, what defense can you have for her?
I think that people try to categorize this under we would do anything for our children, right? Like, because there's no parent. I have twin boys. They're 9. Of course, I want them to do well, but when they come home and they can't do their homework, I don't do their homework for them and then hand it in. I let them do the homework first. I show them how to do it, and if they get it wrong, I let them get corrected by the teacher so that they learn. So doing anything for our kids is not the same thing as lying, stealing, and cheating, right? Like, and I think everybody's trying to put it into that basket, like, oh, everybody would do this for their kids. No, there's a lot of us every day that don't lie, steal, and cheat for our children.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, I have no problem with allowing my daughter to experience failure. You know, failure is part of the growth.
Well, you teach them how to think, right?
Yes.
Like, it's not that I give you the answer. I teach you how to think. I give you the information and the tools you need to learn, and then you have to put in the work. And it's a progression. But, again, when people live in this type of world, they're trying to maintain a certain image. They're trying to be with everyone else. And they're afraid when they have that level of privilege that for their children not to have access to it.
Yes.
I just think because you have resources, to utilize those resources to take from someone else is simply just wrong. And she earned a whole lot of things as a result.
As a result,
Right?
yeah.
Like,
So I wanted to ask you, Randy, do you think it's important to push our children to be part of, these Ivy League schools, or should we be honing more in on how they're going to own their intellectual property?
so I used to work at an Ivy League school. I don't think that's any secret. Anybody who even knows how long I worked there. I also am pursuing a PhD. But
Okay,
I
salute
think
to you.
that- Thank you. I think that what we should do is really focus on the individualized talents of a young person, right? Like, so I have two twins. I don't know where they're going to go, but I already see where their talents and their strengths lie. And I think it's my responsibility as a parent to support those and help them cultivate a life that's best for them. What I'm doing is what I want to do,
Right.
Like, it's not like I'm sitting somewhere thinking, oh, let me go get a PhD because of this or whatever. It's what I really truly want to do. That my talent happens to be just doing good more academically. I'm not an artistic person, if you will. So, but if you have an artistic person, I think you should be supporting their specialized pathway. And having worked at an Ivy League institution, I do understand that there is a certain network that you will be a part of as a result of going to that institution, and that's really what people are going after. Unfortunately, because a lot of other schools, private institutions, or not-for-profit institutions, or even schools that don't fall into that Ivy League sector, they don't have a certain network of alumni when students graduate to help them have that launch. So everyone's aspiring to that network, the access that's going to give them, because we live in a society where access and money means everything.
Yeah.
Right? Like, your talents don't matter unless it makes you money. So
Right.
people aren't, right, that's not the society we live in. So everyone's trying to gain access to things that would allow them to have this quote unquote good life or the American dream. Now, it's up to you as a parent how you want to raise your child for what that means.
Right.
So it's up to me to teach my children to have a certain value about materialistic things, right, or aspire to materialistic things. They're at that age where Jordans is the thing. So I have conversations with them about why you want Jordans. Why do you think you need to have them? Sometimes you can have them, sometimes you can't. But what I won't be doing is every month buying you Jordans to keep up with someone else.
Right,
We're going to buy what makes sense. That's on me to teach them that.
Yeah.
It's on them when they get my age to do what they will with that. But it should be more, as a person, as an educator, work with young people and with college students, I think we need to pay more attention to how we support an individual, because not everybody's going to fit the mold. And honestly, I don't really want my kids to amass a bunch of student loan debt. So, I'm going to be thinking more thoughtfully about college if that's what they want to do, because I want them to work smarter, not harder.
Right.
We need something different, because obviously the standard of what we thought would work doesn't work.
Yes.
To your point, not everybody leaves Yale and can do all the things that somebody else do. I know a lot of people with Yale degrees that are just doing what they could have did if they went to another institution.
Right. Randy, thank you so much for your call.
Yeah, thank you.
Enjoy your weekend.
You too.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so true. That was great.
Yes.
That was really great. Yeah, she's spot on with that.
Yeah,
she's
cleared
spot
that
on
up.
with that.
Yeah, yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's chess, not checkers.
Right.
You know what I mean? I speak with young people as well when they're trying to make their decisions with college and school, and I say, listen, try everything until something sticks on the wall. But what you're paying for when it goes to school is you're paying for the network. So if you think the degree itself is what's going to secure you for a job, and your intention is, I just want to have a job that's going to pay me, that I know I could get employed in, that now you're paying for the wrong thing.
Right.
You could get that anywhere.
Right. And college is not for everybody.
No, it's not. But I think it is for everybody to try once.
Okay.
Because somebody told me that when I was young.
Right.
Somebody told me, look, college isn't for everybody. And I remember a friend of mine, his grandmother was pressing me to go to college.
Right.
But the one thing that I probably would have done was at least try once what it was like. You know what I'm saying? To try to. But I also feel like college right out of high school might not be the best thing to do.
Well, it would have been for me had I not dropped out. And let me be honest, college wasn't for me. I mean, I'm a high school dropout. I dropped out. I went back. I went to night school. I got my high school diploma. I finally graduated from Alberta's Magnus College, with a bachelor's degree in business management. But I struggled. And had I not dropped out of high school and got put on some businesses, I needed to learn to read and write and some math. I needed that. But
Yeah.
other than that, I don't think it was really for me.
Right,
But I
right.
wanted that paper. I wanted that degree.
That degree, right? And the high, and I think the degree definitely, of course, plays a role in a lot of different positions that you want to apply for.
Right.
But when we're talking about kids who are 16, 17 years old and they have this future ahead of them, you can mold and shape that to be what you want it to be.
Right, right.
But don't go with the intention of what the cultural expectation is.
Right, right.
I'm not doing this because I'm supposed to get a degree and I'm supposed to do this. No, why? Like she said, why exactly are you doing it?
Right.
All right, let's go to another phone call. 94.3.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you gentlemen doing this morning?
Good, good.
Doing well. Who are we speaking with?
This is Prime Time speaking.
Prime time. What's good, brother?
All right.
I want to talk to my former student from Alberta's Magnus College about the opportunity students need to have about going to college.
Okay.
Okay.
So my former student, who was absolutely a wonderful, bright man at AMC, came in a little rough around the edges, but now, because he has that distinguished degree from the hallowed institution, there are doors that are opening up for him.
Mm.
And he now has an audience to speak to actually motivate and inspire. And I think that is due to the great work that he's done, along with his former classmates at that college. And I think we should also be talking about whether or not college is a place for everyone. My former student knows that the philosophy that we have at Alberta is that everyone can have success. It isn't a competition, especially
Right.
with black and brown students. We need more black and brown students in college so that they can become professionals.
Mm.
We don't have enough in the world.
True,
And
true.
so I leave you all with that. And I want to say good job, and I'm proud of my former student who's now on air every Saturday morning.
Really? Are we talking? We're not talking about me, are we?
Well, I don't know. Did you go to Alberta Magnus College at 700 Prospect Street?
No,
Business management.
No, I didn't. I didn't. But
I did, but who?
is this you?
I don't know. I don't know. Prime time.
Yeah.
He might be talking about you. Well, prime time. I really appreciate the call. I really do agree that I believe the work that gets put in being a student and obtaining your degree. I do believe that builds character and a lot of things within the person. And I think along with that, we also have to push the idea that the networking and making sure that you're connecting with people and resources on the campus is so important in your education. It's the informal part of your education.
Well, it's the informal and the formal, because as you know, it's more than about networking, right? It's about being able to synthesize information that comes from esoteric authors. It's about an opportunity to build the future, not just for yourself and those that are here now, but to think about those babies that are coming behind us.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's why college and university still stay in business, because they're worried about what's happening next.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Primetime, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you,
All right,
brother.
brothers. I'm proud of you.
All right, thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
See you.
Yeah, no. He is right. He is right as far as what college does as far as instilling in us those skills.
Right.
But I also know brothers that did that with no degree. I know brothers that synthesize some ancestors that
Right.
take some information. They could research a topic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if Bobby Hemmett got a degree, but if y'all don't know who Bobby Hemmett is,
Right.
all right, you're not gonna hear about him in the schools. I don't know if Dr. Phil Valentine has a degree, but I just know that these brothers have definitely been people who have been pioneers of taking information. Brother Polite, Red Pill, Blue Pill. A lot of these in the Black conscious community of individuals who, some of them have records.
Yes.
Some of them
Yes.
have felonies, but yet they were able to have the desire, which I think is in everybody, to want to learn and obtain and process. You know what I'm saying?
Sure indeed.
But again, I think there is a discipline that's developed in going to school and
Yes.
obtaining that degree. I think the process of getting that develops a certain discipline within all of us, and it's a thing that we should try to reach for.
Oh, most definitely.
You know what I mean? But again, be strategic.
Yes.
All right, don't
Yes.
just pay all. Like you said, it's a business.
It is. It is.
These schools are getting money.
Big money. The
You know what I
books,
mean?
What? The books alone.
Listen,
Used books.
used books,
Man.
and some of the information isn't right. I'm gonna be real. Not say it's not right, but there's a lot of information they don't tell us that you have
Right.
to learn outside of the history books and outside
yes.
of what they're teaching.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you everybody who called in for that. I also want to touch on our potential. Well, let's go on the debate real quick when it comes to who our president might be, who our New Haven mayor might be. I want to hear from everybody about what do you want from the future mayor of 2020, for the future president? What are you looking to see? What are you looking to see change? And we'll start with New Haven when it comes to Justin Elicker and Mayor Tony Harp. I think, how do you feel about this whole debate between Justin Elicker and Tony Harp? Who would you want as our new mayor?
Well, I'm a conspiracy theorist. So and
So Tony Harp's out of there.
I mean, I seen some signs that said black men vote too, and I was I felt some kind of way about that.
That's I believe that's Michael Jefferson.
That was him.
Yeah, I believe Michael Jefferson.
And
yeah.
I thought of a sign, black men awoke, don't vote. But I don't know. I don't know who Elicker is. I mean, and
So why did you feel some type of way about black men vote too?
because I don't vote.
Okay. Is that because of?
Because I'm awoke. I don't think voting is making a difference. I think a lot of things that's changed in the past, I don't think it came with voting. I think a lot of it came with time.
But what about on a grassroots level, though? You don't think on a grassroots level voting is much more effective than on a national stage?
I just haven't been convinced that voting is making a change, the change that we need.
Okay, what change do you think we need to see? Let's start with just here in New Haven.
In New Haven?
Yeah, what change would you want to see that you feel like voting isn't going to be what makes that?
Well, we want to see the politics stopped, and we want to hear from the people. What does the people want? What do New Haven needs?
Well, let's go to some phone calls. I think somebody might share that. 94.3. Hello. 94.3. 94.3. Okay. All right. Well, not sure, but the phone call might come back. Caller, if you want to call back, feel free. But politics needs to happen, man. Like, we always gonna have politics. I do see what you're saying on a national level, but on a grassroots level, I think that's where we should be focusing more of our attention when it comes to voting. 94.3.
Hi, it's Barbara Fair calling in.
Mother Fair, what's up?
How you doing?
Sister Fair.
As far as what I'd like to see happen in New Haven under the new mayor, and one of the priorities is to start reducing the police incidents of police brutality in New Haven. And I don't think voting would do that. I'm not saying voting is not a good thing, so long as you have someone to vote for that you have faith in.
Right.
But I think it's going to take a lot of stuff that needs to change. It's going to be cultural changes. Like under this current administration, I've seen police brutality accelerating.
Yeah.
And it started with a 15-year-old who was handcuffed and body slammed to the ground, and the mayor did nothing about it. And it escalated to my own daughter, getting dragged out of a car at a motor vehicle stop, leaving bruises on her arm for months, and the mayor said nothing. And then it escalated to myself being assaulted on the New Haven Green in front of hundreds of people, and the mayor spoke out, said nothing about it. So it has to start with, from the head, the person who's in charge of making police accountable for their behavior, and from there, then we can see that start going down, because there's just been too many incidents of police out of control under this administration. And the mayor's the top person. I mean, we have internal affairs and police chiefs and all that, but it has to start somewhere. And so I've been talking to Elliker about that, and I'm sure other people are talking about it, and I'm optimistic that he's listening at least.
Yeah.
And so that then we'll start seeing some change. Voting is important.
Yeah.
But as the young man said, it's not the most important thing, especially when you have one of those what I call kettle versus the pot election.
Yeah, I feel like Elliker at this point has not been shaking hands with some of those corporate people, and I feel like we have his ear a little bit more than we do Tony Hart. You know,
and you have and one people talk about Elliker winning, but I went to so many events that were given in the community, and Elliker was there, and many times Hart was not there.
Right.
So I think Elliker was smart enough not to take anybody's vote for granted, and hopefully, as mayor, he will remember not to take anybody's voice for granted.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Mother Fair, thank you so much. I love when you call in. I appreciate you.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
you take care.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, I agree. In that sense, she's absolutely right.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
That's not a, well, it's a voting thing of making sure that we put Elliker in there, but it's more than just a voting thing. It comes down to the individual who's at that position that's going to say, okay, this is what we're going to do to actually put these things in action.
Right. I just don't see a real change with Elliker. And being new, he's going to go to all those meetings. I would. You have to. Tony Hart was already into politics.
I don't know if Tony Hart was ever. I don't think I really seen her even before she became mayor in small little meetings.
You didn't have to. She didn't have to go. Her name was already. She already had a brand out.
Yeah.
She's already into politics. No one could beat her at that time. No one was gonna beat her. I mean, she's a politician.
Yeah.
I don't see Elliker doing any. I might get back to DeStefano with Elliker. I mean, I don't see it.
Right. Yeah. 94.3.
Yeah, how you doing this morning? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I got a question on that lady last comment.
Yeah. Well, who we speaking with, brother?
Vincent Garner.
Who?
And Vincent.
Oh,
Garner.
Vincent. What's going on, brother?
I got a comment on this lady response. And you know what? The problem is, in this black community, nobody's policing their own kids. These kids get away with everything, and then they want to wonder about police brutality. The police is only, I'm retired. The police are only protecting themselves. But yet still, the parents should be policing their own kids.
There absolutely is a responsibility at home that we need to pay attention to. No question.
That's what I'm saying. It's something at home that's not going right, and they wonder why the police is not doing. The police is doing their job. In the story, there's no police brutality.
Do you think are the police doing their job? Yes, I agree that police are doing their job to an extent, but do you think that they're try to de-escalate situations, or are they more prone to just do what they have to do to the person? And do you think because that child might be black that the police are going to be more forceful?
Well, I think that first of all, policing comes at home. The parents should police their kids to know to respect the police, because if the police tell you to get down, put your hands up, um, is self-explanatory, but
Yeah.
it starts from home.
Yeah, I agree. One of the problems I have is when the police say put your hands up or get down, we do have to get down. So I am tired of people sending me stuff on Facebook saying, oh, make this go viral. No, if the cop telling me I'm under arrest, I'm not going to resist because they do have a right to beat you into submission. So that's one thing that I want to tell mainly young black men. If you're under arrest, we deal with it later. Put your hands behind your back. You're going to lose. But let me say this. The only reason why police officers are doing their job is because their job is not to protect the people. Their job is to protect the code of the corporation of the United States. Their job is not to protect the people. 911 is for the Red Cross, not for the police.
And I totally agree with both of you, but still the de-escalation, tactics of police are terrible. On average, police will kill somebody within 5 seconds.
They need better training. They need better
Okay.
training.
So no, they
Different
don't
training.
need better training.
Different training.
The word is being submissive. The word is submissive. If officer, I see you in uniform, you submit yourself. You say you ain't did nothing wrong. Submit yourself.
Yeah. I mean, well, look at the hands up. I mean, you put the hands up, that's submission.
And you getting shot.
And
under
you
the
got
arm.
shot. So I mean, I think we can't just put the onus on just the family. We also have to have a responsibility on police officers
Yes.
to be able to be culturally competent and to know there's an opportunity here to de-escalate. Try that first.
It's a cultural
Okay.
issue.
Okay. If you want to de-escalate a situation, you want to de-escalate a situation. I don't know who you are, but I'll say, sir, could you put your hands up?
And then as soon as I say, okay, bah! And it's like, wait a minute, you said put your hands up, and then you shot me. See, so that's why I say there's a training. I do agree with you. We have to look at home, and we have to look at the onus and responsibility on the parents who are teaching these children. I agree with you, but we can't take the responsibility off of police officers. So I appreciate your call, brother.
All right, thank you. Have a good day, man.
You too.
You too.
I mean, and it is true. It is true. We do have a responsibility at home. But one, if Elker wants to help New Haven, one of the things he could do is bring back community policing, and not just community policing, but get to know the parents. Get to know. The people
When we
in the
say
neighborhood.
community policing, I'm automatically into thinking we, the people, police.
That too.
Let me go to another call. Well, we're gonna drop that call.
But it definitely needs to be better training from the police department.
Yeah.
The training, the thought they have, and what their ideas don't work on today's kid. Putting their foot on their neck so we can teach them a lesson. That crap don't work anymore.
Right.
The soon you take your foot off his neck, he's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
That don't work.
Yeah.
No.
But again, I do still say that there needs to be a focus on how we train our children,
Yes.
teach our children. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're gonna go to one more caller. I think we got enough time. 94.3.
Hello, how you gentlemen doing today?
Good.
Doing well. Who are we speaking with?
I'm speaking with Chris.
Chris, thank you for calling.
All right, now here's what I got to say about voting.
Yes.
We as black people should register to vote. There was a time when we couldn't vote. We could not vote because we were black. This is the main reason why I registered to vote. Our people had to fight for this right for us as black people to vote. Am I correct?
You're correct.
So all this fighting was in vain. We need to get out because you're not respected if you don't vote. A politician is not going to respect you if he can't get your vote.
Right.
He needs something from us, and we need something from him. But if we don't register and we don't vote, I mean, it's everybody's, decision whether you want to vote or not. But we should register to vote because our people fought for that right.
I agree with you.
And another thing on policing, what I notice is you can be a mass shooter. You can go in and kill 20 people. You're given a chance to surrender with a AK-47 in your hand. A black man got rose up on him, pow, he's dead.
That's it. Right.
And one of the kids, they bought him Burger King after he shot up that black church. They bought him Burger King.
Oh, my goodness.
guess
But
he
with
had to
us, we rolled up on pow.
Right.
Like the kid that had the BB gun.
Right.
Shot right off. See, things are different when it comes, so I got to admit, when it comes to black and white, we're treated differently when it comes to the law.
Yeah.
And that's just a known fact.
Absolutely. Chris, thank you for your call.
You got it, man.
All right.
Later.
Hey, let me say this real quick about
Yeah, we're going to wrap up after this.
about the right to vote. Voting is not something we had to fight for, even though we didn't know that. Voting is an unalienable right, so it's not something we had to fight for.
It's not.
Shouldn't have to fight for.
My focus more is on grassroots level and making sure that we're in tune with who our alders are, who our mayors are, who our governors are, and making moves that way.
And hold them accountable.
We have way more opportunity to make some change on a grassroots level for voting. And let's be careful that a lot of these grassroots organizations don't come in that are owned by corporations.
Right.
Make no mistake about it. I believe in grassroots, but there are corporations that take that
Yes.
plant grassroots
Yes.
work into our communities to really affect the authentic movements going on. But we got to be in tune with that.
Yes.
All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you tune in to the Electric Drum coming up next. 94.3 WYBC. This is Moving Target.
Peace.